When I say ideal body size, what do you think of? What do you imagine? Do you think of the female body characterized by the thin ideal with an accentuated hourglass shape and long legs and a small waist, big lips and big hips and big butt and big breasts but really, really tiny waist and a flat stomach? There's this common trend in the media today to portray that this ideal, this look, can be achieved strictly through willpower and unwavering dedication and commitment. And then the ideal male body shape, what does that look like to you? Does it look like a G.I. Joe figure or Channing Tatum or, some cut, very lean, muscular man? Magazines and movies typically will objectify the male body, featuring the man with his shirt off, just as the norm. Being swole or ripped is associated with sexual success and not necessarily related to romance. So where are these ideals coming from? We get them from magazines, we get them from television shows, movies, toys, video games, advertisements, commercials. In other words, we're letting the media tell us what we're supposed to look like. We're letting the media tell our children, our little brothers, our little sisters, our cousins, our grandchildren, what they're supposed to look like. We're telling them that in order to be beautiful and in order to be happy, they have to grow up and mature and look like 20-year-old stick-thin or clean-cut models in order to be happy. 47% of 5 to 12th grade girls want to lose weight because of what they see in the magazines. And 42% of 1st to 3rd grade girls want to be thinner. That's 5 to 10 years old. And 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. In a study of Australian boys between the ages of 13 to 15, when exposed to television commercials, they were responsive with comparative behaviors and negative feelings towards themselves in self-evaluation. In males aged 15 to 27, higher body dissatisfaction was exposed in similar commercials to what was shown to the 13 to 15-year-olds. And based on this research and other similar studies, there's an effect that it not only affects females from the media, but it also affects males. And it's more than most think. So how do we combat these issues? The ideals are everywhere. The truth is, everyone's built differently. Some people have higher bone density, some people are more naturally built with more muscle, and some people have a higher, faster metabolism. If the media environment was to feature a more diverse model community, I believe the marketing would be even more successful because more people can relate to who they're seeing. 50% of Americans know someone with an eating disorder. If we step up as a nation, then we can make changes. It's often hard to look at yourself and evaluate where your own personal body image lies, but it is easy to reach out to those individuals that you know are suffering from negative body image and distorted self-perception and suffering from eating disorders. Show your support and tell them that they're beautiful. Talk to each other. Go out for coffee and share life with one another. Find romance in this world again and fall in love with someone based on what they're all about, what's inside, not what's on the outside. And parents, tell your children that you love them. Tell them why you love them. Tell them what you love about them. And tell them often, tell them always. Finally, as my personal message to the media, to psychology and health practitioners, and to other people in positions of power, if you will, I beg you to take a stand. I encourage you to encourage health through enjoying food and having a good relationship with food, showing engagement in physical activity where it's enjoyment and not work in order to become skinny. And encourage people to practice ways to get rid of stress and find serenity and peace and balance. Encourage success and show people what the hard work is needed to achieve success. Show what it takes to be successful. Feature real people in your advertisements. We need practitioners who believe in the movement to remove this unrealistic set of ideals in order to push the media to make changes towards something that's more loving and more supportive of loving one another and loving ourselves, rather than supporting hate and envy.